It is I, the squeeze, and he's the cheese. Now, today I look like the cheese because of this loud Hawaiian shirt I have on, but we're here to do our WWE talk, and hopefully we have no technical difficulties because we've had the technical difficulties all day long. But anyway, well, there's a lot to talk about in wrestling this week. Lots to talk about. And we were talking about Shorty G between the two of us in a previous broadcast. And we were talking about how we like Shorty G's heel turn and the fact he didn't put the Creed Brothers with him. What do you think about that then, Andy? Cheese. What do you think? Sorry, I said your name. Hey,
No,
don't go
no, that's
stalking this
good.
guy. He's a dangerous fellow. Anyway, Cheese, what do you think about
Jeez.
Shorty G's heel turn, and who would he win the who would he win the Intercontinental title from, and who's his best opponent right now to build this character? Because they're gonna have to build this character. This is a new transformation for Chad Gable, and they're gonna have to see how it works out. So how do you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's gonna work?
yeah. I think I think it's great for Chad Gable. He's going to have to beat him and the Creed brothers are going to have to beat the hell out of Otis and Tozawa, and maybe Ivy Niles going to beat the hell out of that one girl that hangs out with the Alpha Academy. To do kind of like a to go all the way and break up Alpha Academy and just leave them decimated. I think that would do good heel heat. Yeah, and I think they should. I think he can. They should put him over Sami Zayn. Uh, Sammy's. I don't know. I'm not huge on a. I'm not a huge Sami Zayn fan. I think Shorty G deserves it at this point in his career. I think his charisma, the crowd reaction he gets, his in ring, um, you know, skills are amazing. Um, so yeah, that's what I do with him, like right away.
Okay, what do you think about his okay, he's got the ring thing down. His charisma was questionable, but now I think there's going to be something going on now with that. His ring attire looks good. I think he's got to tweak the character a little bit. They got to work on it. I think he's a potential star now. I think he's a potential m- mid upper mid Carter now. Before he was a
Yeah,
lower mid Carter, now he's an upper mid Carter, semi main eventer. So the thing is, that's good that they build him. They try to build guys like Damian Priest into the main event. It didn't work because he's world champion right now, but he's not getting any heat. I mean, so you think Shorty G's going to be in the main event by the end of the year, or is he going to be a big star? What's your prediction on Shorty G as a star?
I don't know. I think Shorty G is going to be like in a couple main events, throughout the year. I don't think he'll ever main event a pay per view. Maybe if it's like a fatal 4-way match or something like that, or slap him in the elimination chamber. Um, but I think like for like on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, wherever he lands, I think he'll definitely be the main events in there. Um, because I think they could do like with his heel turn. I think they could put him up against like once he's Intercontinental Champion, they can have all kinds of the new guys chase him. They can have him put on a program with Braun Breaker or Carmelo Anthony when they get when they come up full time. Um, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that. That was my thought. There's a lot of new guys who are coming in that are from NXT, and also a lot of new stars that are coming in from overseas. Now we got at least four guys who are coming in from NXT: Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Dijak, and I don't know who else. But the thing is, they got to make room for them. And Braun Breaker is going to be put into a program with somebody big, but Braun Breaker is already a natural star. We know he's going to be world champion within a year or two. And so Carmelo Hayes, there's another one. I mean, for some guys on this roster, there's just no room for them. I don't know if you know this, but they just cut Jinder Mahal. They cut that guy
Yeah, yeah, I
Sion,
saw
like
that.
that. So
Yeah,
some
yeah,
there's going to be a lot of people who are going to get fired because they just don't have room and they don't have the charisma enough to stay on the main roster all the time. You know.
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
you can't WWE can't be the be all end all for everybody. There's got to be some give and take, so they got to move some people otherwise. You know, they got to move some people down to NXT, and they have to bring in the stars of NXT that are going to get over. Braun Breaker is a natural star. I don't know if they're ever going to do the same with Braun Steiner, but we know he's going to be a world champion in 2 or 3 years. And Carmelo Hayes is another one. Those are undeniable guys. You cannot deny them. They just got it. They're blue chippers like The Rock was. But a guy like Chad Gable, who never had the size for wrestling, that's the only thing that held him back. And if you could turn him into a Benoit, that'd be great. But he's been 10 years in the WWE, and he's finally getting his due. Um, Now there are other guys that are going to be moved down the card too. Like they already moved a lot of ex-world champions down the card. Kevin Owens, Finn
yeah, yeah,
Balor, AJ Styles. They
yeah,
moved
yeah,
them down the card. There's just no room for them to be top talent anymore. And what do you
yeah.
think? I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, yeah, I guess it's if they have somebody to replace him with, it's good. But like when they're replacing him with like the new bloodline, it's like, come on, man. Like, how heavily they're pushing, Solo Sokoa and the other, members of the Anawani family. It really shows how much power The Rock really has in WWE. Whether it's telling them, "Hey, sign these guys. I want my guys in here," or if it's they just wanna, they're sucking his dick because they want him to come back for WrestleMania next year. For whatever reason, like we're getting overrun, inundated, by more and more, bloodline wrestlers. And to me, like they kind of all have, kind of similar attributes. They kind of all have similar, you know, none of them really do anything that's really different than any of the others.
I agree with you, and I totally agree with you that we're being inundated with Polynesian wrestlers who seem to be related to The Rock. All of them, for whatever reason, but all of them are related to The Rock for whatever reason. But the thing is, although I don't like Solo Sikoa, and I think he's charisma deficient, I do think that he does get some sort of crowd reaction. Because I don't know if you saw on SmackDown this week, but when he came out of his car and he confronted Paul Heyman, he was over. The people there were heavily booing him. And when he and Tamatanga attacked Kevin Owens, the people were going ape shit. They were angry at them. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think that a guy like Solo, if he plays his cards right, he'll get over as a heel. They seem to be doing something right now because a lot of these wrestlers are getting over. Wrestlers that didn't get over with Vince, they're getting over now, and it's like I don't know what they're doing differently. So maybe they got new writers or something, or Triple H is just taking the reins and seeing what he can do with the talent. But there's a lot of people who are getting over before,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
they're showcasing the talents of a lot of wrestlers. So the shows have been sold out, and they had like what was supposedly sub zero talent that Vince didn't even put on TV. They're putting this talent on TV now. They put Andrade on TV. They put Los Lotharios on TV. They
yeah,
put
yeah, yeah.
AD on TV. Karrion Cross. People who are just crap to Vince, and somehow they're getting over. And I mean, it's just crazy how in the sold out shows, I mean, the enthusiasm in the WWE is second to none now. I mean, it's crazy. I think that there's something going right, and the way it's headed, it's probably going to go right for a while. So, I mean, we could just sit back and think, but I don't
Now,
know.
at this point in Bobby Lashley's career, do you think he's done, or do you think there's like any way that they can resurrect him to be like a upper card guy again, or is it just kind of like over for him?
You know what? I think Triple H, in a way, is as racist as Vince McMahon, and I think that he doesn't really like black wrestlers because if I was whoever was booking, I would push Bobby Lashley as a monster. I'd push him in the main event. He'd be in the main event, like in every show I'd put on, because that guy has talent, and so do the Street Profits. But I think Triple H, this is not like black wrestlers. He's pushing the Hispanic and Polynesian wrestlers more than the black wrestlers. And I mean, I just think he's just there's a reason he's Vince's son-in-law. He hates black and Asian wrestlers just like Vince did, you know. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. When I'd seen the Triple H, he's probably just as racist as Vince was, you know. I think he's got respect for Hispanic wrestlers. Definitely got respect for whoever else. But I mean, the black wrestlers are just getting the shots that they. I don't like that. I think that everybody deserves a chance, you know. So I mean, I think that you know,
Yeah. Lashley's a monster, and he's proven. You know, when he carried the title, he carried it. You know, when he was getting solid crowd reaction, he was over. You know, they had when he beat Braun Strowman clean. You know, he was getting some exciting quality wins, and then just like one day they're like, oh yeah, it's and he lost it in the Elimination Chamber where he got where he didn't get pinned for it. Uh, and in every other champion who loses their title like that, they that always becomes part of the story about redemption. Like, oh, well, I never got pinned for my title. I had to give it away because of this, or it was stripped of me, things like that. But that they don't mention that at all with Bobby Lashley. You know,
no, no.
it's like and like it's weird to me because when he comes out now, still he gets crowd reaction, but they just won't push him. They just won't give him a win. It's crazy.
They pushed him down to like the mid card, and he doesn't deserve that. I mean, if Brock Lesnar's not going to be around, they have at least Bobby Lashley to be around. But I mean, no, I just think that there's a lot of bad things going on, and some wrestlers are just not going to get the push that other wrestlers got. And I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a new era, but not everybody's going to get the same shots that everybody got.
yeah,
There's
yeah. And then
definitely Triple H is definite favorites, and Bobby Lashley's not one of them.
you were talking about Drew Gulak. He got
Yeah, I think you're
waxed.
right. He
Now
got
what?
he got a he got 86 because get this, he pulled the string on Ronda Rousey's sweatpants. You know the string. He
Yeah.
pulled that 2 years ago when Ronda Rousey still worked for the company, and I guess she complained, and he got axed for that. What do you think about this? Is that sexual harassment? Yeah, I know it's
Uh,
sexual harassment, I guess,
I mean,
but
yeah,
is
like
it
it,
worth?
like like yeah, it is. Uh, like whereas Gulak might have thought that he was being playful or he was being
Or maybe he's making a move on her.
flirtatious.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's possible that he that's how he meant it. Like, hey, like I'm shocked that she took it that way, but just that he would do that he would take that action. It's how the person reacts to it. And yeah, so if she was offended, if they didn't have that type of relationship, that type of friendship, camaraderie, where she would not find that funny, then yeah, because if he misread that situation, like, hey, I can do this. What other situation is he gonna to misread? That it might be even more serious. So
yeah. He
you know,
might be a creep. He might be a creep. We don't know. We just don't know. But I mean, there's been other instances in the WWE where there's definite creeps in the WWE, and they still get chances. When I mean, there's our boy Matt Riddle, who the rape thing that they're talking about with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
JD McDonough. They said he raped a chick. So I mean, some of these
Really?
guys, man, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't hear
back
that
in
one.
NXT UK when he was known as Jordan Devlin, which is his real name. They said he raped a chick in NXT. So it's like some of these guys, man, they're just bad news.
That's crazy. I didn't hear that about. I gotta go read up on that.
Look it up. I'll send you a link.
That's
it
crazy, bro.
was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, some of these guys, man, they're just creeps. But okay, we haven't even talked about the women today. What do you think about Bailey and Naomi? I thought it was a decent little match. But what do you think about this feud now with Bailey and Naomi and Bianca and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control? What is that? What is that thing going on? Don't they have anything better for them than to put all four of them like in a Survivor Series match? They should. What is going on SmackDown with the women?
I just think they don't have a lot of creative right now. Like Bailey. Bailey's for to me like Bailey's solid, but Bailey's not. Just to me, she's not like that. Like the top. She's not in that top. Like Rhea Ripley, um, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. Like they're just really captivating wrestlers. She's really good, but she's kind of just like a little step below to me. And I think they gave her the title as like a make good, because she's been with the E forever, and she was a team player, and she does what she's supposed to do. So I think it was like a make good. But I don't, the Naomi versus her, uh, yeah, it just doesn't excite me very much.
You know how I see it, bro, and this is the way I see it, and I think you're gonna really open your eyes when I say this to you. You know how you're a personal trainer, right?
Yeah,
So the thing is, you know how you got some people who are in shape and some people who are out of shape, right?
yeah,
Well, when you look at the WWE universe, how many of these people are in shape?
the universe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I, I
yeah.
don't
So
see I,
you
I don't
don't
see
see
a
too
whole
many.
lot of fit people on TV like in the crowd.
Yeah, you don't see too many 6 feet in shape guys or girls watching WWE. You see a lot of blobs like me watching WWE. So the thing is, you got semi blobs on TV like Sami Zayn and Bailey, who are the champions, because the audience can relate to them, dude. So it's not like they're getting consolation prizes. It's because that's what the audience wants. They want somebody they can relate to. They can't relate to a guy like I don't know who's Drew McIntyre. Drew, look at Drew McIntyre, man.
That
Six
dude's a
seven,
monster.
300 pounds of solid muscle, long flowing black hair. What a mane! Just looks like a champion, looks like a stud. Dude, how many people in the audience can relate to him, dude? How many
Yeah,
people in the audience are going to be like, "Oh, that's my guy. I can see some of me in him." You know,
that's
look
funny.
at a guy like Sami Zayn. His hair's all disheveled. He's balding at the top. He's out of shape. He's the underdog, the perennial underdog. That's what's going on, man.
I guess that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a funny thing. Anyway, your predictions for Backlash: AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes. So far, we know Cody's gonna win, but What do you think is going to happen in the match? Do you think there's going to be like a challenger's going to come up to challenge Cody Rhodes, and we're going to see somebody new?
No, I think it's going to be a pretty straightforward match for his like first title defense. I think AJ will get some offense in. It'll make look Cody like he's got to really work for it and make a comeback. But I think he's going to pin him clean. I think it's going to be a solid, convincing win. But yeah, I mean, but then AJ Styles, like he's kind of on. I mean, he beat LA Knight the other night ago, but other than that, he's kind of been on a losing streak for a while. Ever since he came back. But right now, like AJ Styles he's jacked, man. He's giant. He's like juiced, or some people would say he's like juiced out of his mind on steroids. So I just kind of hope they give him. I don't want him to beat Cody, but I hope they give him. Hope they make him look strong. And I hope they start giving him more victories as we go.
Speaking about steroids, how much do you think excuse me, how many steroids do you think some of these guys right now are on? Because some guys are just way out of shape and aren't putting in the effort in the gym. I mean, there's not much of that going around right now. I mean, I just don't see it right now. Like Dominic, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, even Sheamus. Um, what's the other guy I'm thinking of? Sami Zayn. Um, that guy,
Well,
Angelo Dawkins. Those guys
yeah,
are horrible.
Finn
Why are they
Balor's
on TV?
Finn Balor's in shape. Finn Balor's always in shape. Like
I don't
that
know.
that dude.
Yeah, but he's so small. He could use a little bit of
Yeah,
the juice.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, he's not giant, but like he's ripped. Like that dude's in shape. Um,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
you
but
tell
yeah,
me.
but, but Dawkins, yeah, he's definitely not on steroids. that,
Yeah, I know. I know.
that guy's funny.
He can move. He can move. The guy's got moves. He reminds me of D'Lo Brown. Does he remind you of D'Lo?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
just don't let him give you a running power bomb.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, you're right about that. Oh, I saw the funniest thing today. You had there was a picture of the Undertaker and Batista wrestling, and the guy said wrestlers when I was growing up, so they grew up watching the Undertaker and Batista era, and they say wrestlers right now on TV, and he showed a picture pretty deadly.
pretty pretty deadly is pretty funny though. Those guys are funny. They make me laugh.
But they
Yeah,
did it
yeah,
because
boy.
yeah, it's like man, the wrestlers now, dude, they're getting just to put it mildly, they're getting just wimpier and wimpier every year. And so, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know where this industry is going to be in 5 years.
Do you remember when Billy and Chuck, uh, Billy Gunn,
I remember Billy and Chuck. That was
those
funny.
guys, those guys are my favorite tag team. Man. Those guys were they'd come out in the robes, in the white robes, like from the bathhouse. That that was funny.
Yeah. Enrico?
Yeah,
Remember
they're
Enrico?
they're stylists. Yeah,
That
yeah. That was
was some
that
good
was that was, yeah. That
that
was a good
was,
that was a good era.
yeah, the good era. Post attitude era. No, I mean post movement aggression era. That was
Yeah,
some funny stuff back then.
that was.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna see that kind of stuff again.
I still I have when I work out. I listen to WWE theme songs, and I have the Billy and Chuck theme song in my playlist when I work out.
you
Gets me
you
gets me
would
pumped,
have
bro.
that. You would have that. I'm
I
sitting
get fired up, man.
there.
It's good.
You look so good to me.
That's right. That's right, bro. You even
I
remember
said
the
that.
You remember the song and everything. Look at
I do remember the song. This is me you're talking to, bro. You know me. I
you.
remember everything.
All right, bro. It's getting
I
late. I got
know,
to get
man. I
going.
know. Just waiting for you to sign off. Anyway, bro. Well, hey, thanks to all our 30 or 40 so viewers today. We had a lot of viewers today.
40.
Thanks for this
Nice.
late edition, 6 o'clock at night on a Sunday. If we could do this more often, it'd probably be great because we're both winding down and we're just got nothing to do tonight. But hey, it's another day of the grind tomorrow. But it's Raw tomorrow, so check out Raw. Anyway, Cheese, have a good night. Love talking to you every week, like always. Have a good night, bro.
All right, brother. You too, man.
Okay,
Late.
talk to you later. Bye.